We're going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome to the show. It's exciting, South by Southwest, and this is day 6, our final day of our coverage of the festival. I get to sit down with a first-time filmmaker, Alice Klein. Her film is called Call of the Hummingbird. This is your first film that you've ever made.
It
You're
is.
showing it here as your world premiere,
I know.
South by Southwest. What is your film about?
Call of the Hummingbird is a study of social change, but it's actually just a very upbeat following about 1,000 earth lovers who gathered in Brazil, who were from very disparate kinds of areas of the ecology movement. Some from NGOs, some from environmentalists, others Rastas and people into Eastern spirituality, healers. People into software, free software.
Really?
Sharing. I mean, really kind of disparate group from all over Latin America. And they came together to live outdoors for 13 days, create a kind of eco-village, and see what they could learn from each other and from nature.
Oh, wow.
So it was kind of an experiment of...
So it wasn't like a way of life, because I got the impression that maybe you came across some people that said, you know what, we're living in this village forever, but it's just a 13-day...
It was a 13-day experiment, and some people are actually people who actually live nomadically. Activists who sort of spend their whole lives sharing knowledge and sort of arts of ecology throughout Latin America. It became a kind of a microcosm, if you will, of sort of this whole issue of what are we as human beings when we try and actually do things together. And, what can nature teach us about that? And what are the sort of obstacles and the, blessings or whatever that nature provides along the way? So it becomes a very different kind of conversation. I think we realize that there's a lot of change afoot, but there's kind of probably more to this change than kind of calling our congressman or turning off our lights. Those are important.
But that's not going to make it, because of the damage that's already been done, just now starting to recycle, it might be too late in the game for that to really make the change that we kind of need at this point.
I think that all of the discussion about change is kind of like, oh, now we're going to have to do without, and da-da-da-da-da. But I think that until we find a way to actually joyfully make change, to actually see all the wondrous kind of benefits that could come in this kind of multi-atomized society that we live in, consumer-driven.
Totally.
That actually, if we maybe as consciousness changes and as action and where our way of life changes, maybe there's extraordinary benefits. And actually, nature herself, if you think of the beauty of the sunset, there's sort of some lessons there about what are the, what is life really all about?
But why is it that, as a whole, doing the things that could make things better for everyone in our future, why does it come off to being a chore for most people?
Well, that's really one of the things one of the things we say about the film is it sort of picks up where an inconvenient truth left off, because it deals with this idea that we've sort of segmented ourselves off. So politics is in one area, and human psychology is in another area, and spirituality, like what the hell is that?
It's a guy smoking a joint in the corner in the field. Yeah.
So, what happens when we start to see, just like nature is all about interconnection and interdependence, maybe if we could kind of connect with these different parts of ourselves and actually see them together, maybe that will lead to some interesting questions and interesting ways of thinking. We haven't even touched on all of it because it kind of goes from, Hurricane Katrina all the way to the Mayan mysteries.
And the calendar's saying that in about, 5 years from now, we're dead.
It's not we're dead. It's that there's a whole new thing that is being born that has not been, that's new to this, it hasn't been around for 5,000 years. So there's a whole kind of, mystery there about all the changes that we're going through. I mean, who knows? But it's interesting.
It is, and I really look forward to seeing your film because as if you say that where an Inconvenient Truth left off, and there's another film that came out that we're talking about in the green room called Who Killed the Electric Car. I mean, both of those films have just made me want to change. They just said I'm just gonna quit driving. I was driving an '89 Cadillac. It's huge. I was like, I can't drive it because it's 12.3 miles per gallon. So. But if people want to find, keep the progress of following this film, what's the website?
callofthehummingbird.com. Yeah, couldn't be easier.
Thank you so much for doing that. The
Yeah.
common theme of the film festival is I've been so appreciative to all the filmmakers that have kept their website the same as their film. So that's awesome. So hey, right now, turn off your television, go check out this film, and if you happen to be in a place and you can't make it, is there another screening besides the one?
There's one Friday at 11 a.m. here.
Perfect.
And then, come on to Hot Docs in April to Toronto and see it there on Earth Day.
Yeah, and then you can also pick up one of her issues of the magazine now, which she was a co-founder of. This one's a badass. Thank you so much for coming on. The festival continues.